From 41 Seaver Way, welcome to the home of the New York Mets. This is Citi Field. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Los Angeles Dodgers going up against the New York Mets. And we'll be back for the first pitch right after this. And taking the ball for the Mets, Kodai Senga. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, they're going with the opener in this one, so this is an interesting look. He's probably only going to pitch an inning, maybe two at the most, and it's going to be unconventional. I think he's going to pitch backwards, more off speed, and then fastballs late.
Ready for baseball here in New York. Here's Shohei Ohtani.
Number 17, Shohei Ohtani.
And we're away here this afternoon. Started after it. Appeal to third. Yes, he did. That's a swing. This one in the air, center field. Soto takes it in for the out. And there's one down. Time now for Dave Roberts' lineup for the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is a veteran-led lineup right here. A lot of players with plenty of experience, Chris.
Yeah, Boo. They understand various situations and think ahead of the opponent. Teams like this know how to get down to business and focus on the task at hand.
Mookie Betts will make his way to the plate. This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. There comes the throw, and he'll reach second with one away.
I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
One out. Runner at second. Freddie Freeman will come up to hit. Pitch misses, and that's ball one. Swings through that. Liner, base hit. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with one out.
Right fielder, Kyle.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. A laser to left base hit. Run scores easily, and it's 1-0.
Mission accomplished there as he picks up the RBI to give him the lead.
Just a cookie down the middle. I mean, those are the ones you dream about. Ones in the cage, you're just hoping you get in the ball game. Right down the middle, not a whole lot of velocity, right on top of it.
First and second, one out. And up to the plate is Will Smith.
This might be the most pressure you put on this guy today. You got one run in, you got to try to get another one or maybe two.
Runners at first and second with one gone. Rolled softly, but that goes foul.
It's great to get on the board in the first frame of the ball game, but here's an opportunity for them to really open things up with a couple of runners on. Let's see if they can cash in.
And that one upstairs, ball one. Got him swinging.
For so many guys want to hit. And so when you're not given pitches to hit, most guys can get anxious and try to create something that's not there.
Two aboard, two outs. Muncy digs in. 1-0.
Hey!
That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off.
Oh, this pitch rides in too far. That got him. He had him 1-2, and he ends up hitting him with a pitch. 2 outs, bases full. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
Hey!
And the 0-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
Big time jam right there. I hate it as a hitter, but standing in center field, you can't help but chuckle a little bit.
That misses the zone. 1-2 to count. Swing and a high fly ball. That one out towards left center field. Way back there. Out of here. Grand slam. A massive home run. And they add on. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Oh, a great job here of staying within himself. You know that if you get a knock, you're going to drive in a couple. So stay focused on that. Well, he does more than just a knock. Hits the grand slam to drive in 4. Really good job at the plate.
So 2 down. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pajes. Oh, he doesn't get the call. Ball 1.
Well, it's not the inning he was planning on to begin this start, but you've got to find a way to shake things off and give your team some length and put up some zeros. With how good these offenses are, there's a lot of ball game left.
Foul ball. First inning and already up to 23 pitches. And it's a strikeout looking. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. So they put up a big number in the inning as 5 crossed the plate. And this was the biggie here, the grand slam. And the lead is now 5-0. We go to the bottom of the first. And on the hill for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. What's the word on him?
A power pitcher that is going to pitch aggressively with the fastball. His fastball velocity ranks near the top in the league. Will also throw the slider, but if you're a hitter, be ready for the fastball. You're going to see a few of them during your at-bat.
Here's Francisco Lindor.
Number 12, Francisco Lindor.
And first offering is fouled off. That one missed. Backed off the plate that time.
Straighten him up a little bit.
And a foul ball. Battling here as he fouls it away. Line drive, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Here's Juan Soto.
Hey!
Lindor on at first, nobody out. Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And after review, it was a ball. Good eye. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Ball.
Now all even up.
That was
ball three.
absolute gas. Triple digits on the gun. It's just a different experience as a hitter watching that go by.
Payoff pitch. Swings and misses. The high heat, too much on that one.
Third baseman.
Let's take a peek at the Mets lineup here. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, against a talented pitcher, it's crucial to disrupt his rhythm. Use bunts to get him off the mound and moving around out there. If he's in a flow, step out and break his timing. When he throws in the zone, you might only get one pitch, so you don't want to miss it.
Bo Bichette, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. And that's
the ball.
downstairs. And the count even 1-1.
Ball inside.
What a stop. The feed for 1. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. We go on to inning number 2. It's the Dodgers 5 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, we move ahead to the top of the second now. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Clearly, he hasn't had it in this game, and looks like sooner than later, they're going to have to go to the bullpen.
That finds the mark on the inside corner. Assigned to home plate duty is Ricky Holiday.
Boog, and something I've heard players saying about Ricky's strike zone is how he will call the high strike. That could be something that's tough to deal with, especially if you've got a pitcher out there coming at you with high velocity.
In the air, right field. Taylor under it. And there's 1 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei
Back to the top
Ohtani.
of the Dodgers order. Here's Ohtani. Fly to left his first time. Ohtani, the former MVP, hitting leadoff in today's game. And his on-base percentage this season is right around .390. Out towards right center field. Robert under it. Brings it in. Out number 2.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop Mookie Betts.
Now it's Mookie Betts. A double and a run scored his first time up.
He's got a nice, short, compact swing. Doesn't swing and miss a whole lot.
Foul ball there. 2 down, nobody on. And a foul ball.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, I want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
Goes down swinging. Kodai Senga picks up the strikeout. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here as they are unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Back here at Citi Field and stepping in for New York, Jorge Polanco.
Jorge Polanco.
Just off the inside edge.
That's a good miss off the inside part of the plate. You'd much rather miss there than out over the plate where this guy could do some real damage.
Ball 2. Hey!
Swing and a miss.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Batting fifth, second baseman, Marcus.
Now it's Marcus Semien.
Nope, outside.
The 1-0. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That gets down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Batting sixth, designated hitter, Brett Beatty.
And next is the designated hitter, Brett Beatty.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Ball, that's upstairs.
Here we go, Brett.
1-1 now. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. On the ground, Muncy. Off balance speed. There's one. What a double play that was. Inning over. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. We played 2 full. It's the Dodgers 5 and the Mets nothing. Back here in Queens, top half of the 3rd inning, Freddie Freeman steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Hammered down the right side, but foul.
Ball.
And that one is lifted in the air. One up, one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Kyle Tucker.
Here's Kyle Tucker. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
Ball 1.
Now a rip into left center. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, catcher Will Smith.
2 outs, base is empty. Will Smith to the plate. He was a strikeout victim his first time.
Aye.
A little out front there as he swings through it. Gets a piece and stays alive. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. Dodgers go down quietly, but they hold a 5-0 lead. Back here at Citi Field, set for the bottom of the 3rd, Francisco Alvarez up now for the Mets. And first offering is fouled off. That one at triple digits.
I mean, that's perfect location, right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Got him. One out.
It's a good breaking ball there, just off the corner where you can't really do much damage, but it's close enough to where you got to protect, and he just couldn't find a way to fight it off.
Here's Luis Robert. And that's through there for a strike. It's 0-1. Out towards right center field. Tucker settles under it. 2 away now.
Batting ninth, right fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
And next for the Mets, Tyrone Taylor.
If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
2 down, nobody on. On the outside corner, and the count is 0-2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
That's a strikeout. Ohtani sends her packing. And the Mets go down 1-2-3. It's 5-0. New inning getting started, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Max Muncy. This one smoked on its way out of here. That one felt good, and they add a run. It's 6-0.
First pitch swinging, and he got the fastball. He knew exactly what to do with it, too. He got his front foot down. He was strong on his backside, and when his bat went through the zone, there's no question that ball was going to travel out of the ballpark. But that's, if you were putting a tape together, positive to watch, that's it right there. Just a perfect swing.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Kodai Senga gives way. We'll be back in a minute with a new arm on the mound.
Now pitching for the
Ryan
Mets,
Hudson
number
on a pitch out of the pen
78.
here.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And now Teoscar Hernandez. He hit a grand slam his first time up.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. You just can't average 2 runs per inning without a complete team effort from the lineup. Everyone's been doing their job, setting up the next guy, and taking care of their own business at the plate.
The lefty, the 1-0. Reaching for it, makes the catch.
And that's a great way for a lineup to dominate a game, because if a pitcher can't rely on his fastball to get outs, I mean, that puts a lot of pressure on the rest of his pitches to be effective.
Hey!
Next offering in there for a strike. That's strike 2. And ball 1.
That's down.
Breaking ball in there, got him looking. 2 gone. And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. One out, bases empty, and a run in. Top half of inning number 4. Next one
That's
just
ball 3.
misses. Full count now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Rolled over to third. Bichette tosses to first.
He's out.
He's out.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman Hae-Sung Kim.
Hae-Sung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Aye.
Two down, nobody on. That
That's
one
a
is
ball.
upstairs. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. He goes down looking. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's now a 6-0 ball game. Bottom of the inning. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Right through there for a strike. Got him looking for the K. That was pretty nasty.
Up next for the Mets.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Soto.
Here's Juan Soto. His first at bat was a strikeout. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too. That one close, ruled a ball. Ball 1.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power. But then if this hitter gets a strike or two on him, he's still very comfortable. And because he has the ability to get the barrel to the baseball, he's a threat deep into the count as well.
Close one, doesn't get the call. Ball 2. Catcher challenge, will take another look. And that one did find the strike zone. So they've still got both their challenges. The Mets with a lot of ground to make up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Swing and a miss, and Ohtani gets the strikeout.
Tasked with 1, 2, and 3 to start this inning, but no trouble so far. I'm sure he'd love to strike out the side here. Make a little statement, but you got to be composed in this spot. Focus on getting this next guy. You got 2 good outs. Want to get the 3rd one and avoid the middle of that lineup coming up with a base runner. Could become dangerous.
Bichette in the box now. No balls and a strike.
Felt impressed that he went right after him on that first pitch. That's the key. Try to get ahead in the count, then you can play around a little bit more as the at bat expands.
And
That's
there's
a ball.
I can't play around with him here. It's a 6-run lead at this point. Got to attack hitters even if you give up a solo shot.
Liner snagged at first. Nothing doing for the Mets. Still up against a 6-0 deficit. Back here in Queens. All set for the start of the inning. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You know, these Dodgers really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2 now. Nice grab. Onto the pitcher, and very nicely done for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, shortstop Mookie Betts.
Here's Mookie Betts, 1 for 2.
Nope.
That one finds the zone, and a count 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. And a ball evens the count. The Dodgers up big in this one, and we're at the top of the 5th. Stays alive. The 2-2 on the way. Upstairs.
Ball 3.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 down.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Brian Hudson won't go any further. And as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back. Brooks Raley comes on now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
Up next,
2 down, base is empty. Here comes Freddie Freeman up to hit. Freeman,
plate,
a
ball
former
1.
Gold Glove winner, a member of the 2000 hit club. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. Swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Now
That's
one
ball
miss.
3.
Kyle Tucker waiting to bat for the Dodgers. Two down, nobody on. Right through there for a strike. This one in the air, center field. Robert has a beat on it. And that is that. No runs, no hits, no errors. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Dodgers 6 and the Mets nothing. Back here at Citi Field, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Jorge Polanco up now for the Mets.
Well, these Mets need to bring up the quality of their at-bats and specifically their swings. They're trying to find ways to drive the ball with some authority, but it's just not happening for them so far. 0 extra base hits in the game, so it's been tough for them to get anything going. Sometimes you have to keep chipping away until you break through, but it's a lot easier to put runs on the board when you have runners in scoring position because they put themselves there.
That's ball 3.
And that's a little bit high. And the count is 3-1. Fouled off to the right.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
And that one hammered Pajes. Going back, out of here, into the visitors' bullpen. A solo shot, and they cut into the lead.
Those are the at-bats that leave pitchers exhausted. He had to throw a lot of pitches and still gave up the long ball. That's a bad combo.
Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
Here's Marcus Semien, 1 for 1 with a single so far.
Hey!
Slashed foul down the right side. That'll hook off into the seats. Nobody on, nobody out with a run in. Last half of inning number 5. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Wow, just great bite to that slider. Broke hard out of the zone, and he just couldn't hold up the swing. You know, as a hitter, that pitch is really hard to take, and there's just not much you can do with it. You know that, but you don't want to get rung up by the umpire.
Beatty, batting with 1 down, takes a strike.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Taps softly to the right side. Throw on to Freeman. 2 gone now.
Up next for the Mets, catcher Francisco Alvarez.
And here's the catcher, Francisco Alvarez. He's 0 for 1.
Hey!
Oh, 1 down. Ripped, but it curls foul. Foul ball, still 0-2. Got him. Out number 3. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo blast. And this is now a 6-1 ball game. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Kyle Tucker.
Right fielder, Kyle Tucker.
Too high.
Action in the Mets bullpen. Luis Garcia, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. That one fouled off. And that's down and away. That's a ball. Tried the sweeper. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Here comes a 3-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The kick, the 3-2. Got him! Ricky Holiday with the call.
Well, big power guy right there and generating so much bat speed. It's hard to bring that to a halt once you've committed. He tried to check the swing, just couldn't do it.
Tap foul at the plate. The 0-2. Chases the changeup in the dirt. Got him. 2 gone after the strikeout.
Man, that was very close at first. I thought for a second he might beat it and reach on the strikeout, but that was a nice, strong throw to complete the out. That's a tough play when there's not much margin for error on the throw.
Here comes that funky Muncy to the plate. He's already homered here in this one.
Nope, that's a ball.
Two down, nobody on. And
Ball
downstairs.
He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think. Oh, good pitch is a strike, but
Ball
so many
three.
times pitchers are trying to tease the zone. And the last 2 pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Just caught the zone by a whisker, and the call is overturned. Still 2 challenges left for them. Swings through that one. Almost got him. Got him swinging for the strikeout. And he strikes out the side here in the 6th. Dodgers down in order. They still lead it, though, 6-1. Bottom of the 6th inning, and stepping in for New York, Luis Robert Jr.
Luis Robert Jr.
Activity in the bullpen for the Dodgers. Will Klein looks to be getting ready for manager Dave Roberts. Sheehan also throwing. The 0-1. And that's a little bit
Ball
high.
one.
Next offer in there for a strike. That is strike 2. And that's outside.
That's out.
Swings through it for the K. Whiff number 9 for him in this game. 9. And now Tyrone Taylor struck out swinging his first time. Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. The Dodgers leading by 5 here in the bottom of the 6th. And there's a foul ball. Ground ball right side. Handles, throws to first, and there are 2 outs.
Up next for the Mets, shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Francisco Lindor comes up to the plate.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Ball one.
And a 1-1. Up the middle. Can't pick it up with the bare hand. Safe at first, no play. We'll see how they score this.
Well, anything can happen once the ball deflects off the base. Do you get a good bounce or a bad bounce? Your guess is as good as mine.
So a man at first. And now it's Juan Soto, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And that misses.
Outside.
And it's 1-0. That one almost got him. Lindor off of first with 2 away. That's a little bit low.
Oh, they've had a hard time scoring in this one. The pitcher out there on the mound wants to keep attacking, make sure that they don't get any confidence.
And the 3-1. Fought off foul.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Mets leave 1. The lead remains 5. It's 6-1.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Mets,
back. We're in the
number
7th. We have a new
40,
pitcher on the mound, Luis Garcia.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers. He's already homered in this game.
Aye. Ball.
Ball to strike. The pitch. Can't make contact with the sweeper. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Here's the center fielder, Andy Pages. Have to say, he's one of the most impressive young players I've seen in recent years.
Well, no question about it. His future is very bright. The city, the organization, both are excited about him. He has a lot to look forward to.
Pages wants to challenge this, thought it was a ball, and that one was indeed a strike. 1 challenge remaining for them now. The 0-1. When you think about it, he may be in the league for the next 10 or 15 years. Swing and a line drive. That's a base hit into center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Look, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Hesung Kim digs in now. Hit in the air, left field. Soto in position, and there's 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, the designated hitter, Shohei Ohtani.
Back to the top of the order now. Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers. 0 for 3 in this one. Sliced hard but foul. Quick move to first, and he's back in on a dive.
Nope, that's down. Ball.
Bounced up the middle. Simeon. Over to first. And they get Ohtani for the out. And the inning is over. One left for L.A. They lead it, though, 6-1.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the seventh. Will Klein.
And you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game. So we'll see how sharp he is. Your mental toughness matters in situations like this as well.
3, 4, 5 due up for the home team. Bo Bichette up now for the Mets. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. On the corner at the knees for a strike.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Got him. One away on the strikeout.
Oh, that's a curveball that people like to describe as a hammer or Uncle Charlie, and you can see why. It's not a looping slow curve. He throws it hard, and it gets plenty of bite on the end.
The batter now, Jorge Polanco.
Picked up an RBI in his last at bat. Still their only run of the game so far.
This one in the air, center field. And there's 2 away.
Up next for the Mets.
Now it's the second baseman, Marcus Simeon. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game.
Look, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Let's go, Marcus.
Hey!
Two down, nobody on. Up and in, and that's ball 2. Got him. That's the 3rd out. Inning over. Down in order go the Mets. They trail it 6-1. Back here in Queens, we go to the 8th. Mookie Betts steps to the plate for the Dodgers. In the dirt, and that's ball 1. Ripped on a line. And he can't make the play. And he's going to get to second with nobody out.
2 hits for him in this one, both for extra bases. Got to feel good about that. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive into center field. So that definitely felt good.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. Here's Freddie Freeman now, 1 for 3. And that's a strike. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. And we're in the top of the 8th. Ball one
that's
there.
low.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Man at second. And that's way high. 2-2. This one popped up. Garcia under it. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Kyle Tucker.
So now with one away and a man at second. And next for LA, Kyle Tucker. The 1-0.
Ball, that's too high.
Runner at second here, one gone. And another ball. Swings through that one for strike one. Right through there for a strike. Betts, the runner at second with one away. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Three-two. Goes down looking.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
And here comes the Mets manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Luis Garcia is done, and he's responsible for the runner on second, so the book isn't closed on him yet. We'll be right back.
Now pitching for the
Now
Mets,
on the bump, Huascar
number
Brazoban.
43, Huascar Brazoban.
The batter now will be Will Smith. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a flyout.
Hey!
Runner at second, 2 down. This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone. A 2-run shot, and they add to their lead. It's 8-1.
And that shot makes their grip on the lead even tighter. With this pitcher's velocity, a changeup is really a break for a hitter. He got a BP fastball, didn't move a whole lot, and he absolutely tattooed it.
So 2 down. Here comes Max Muncy. Hammered down the right side, but foul. 2 down, nobody on. And that one clips the corner. Stirring in the bullpen for the Mets, A.J. Minter. The left-handed reliever appears to be getting loose. Outside low. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Excellent arm action on that 2-strike changeup. Just missed. Man, he wanted that call.
The 1-2. In the air, right field. And that's the 3rd out. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run homer. Still a lopsided affair at 8-1 now. On to the bottom of the 8th. And stepping in for New York, Brett Beatty.
Brett Beatty.
Ball, that's out.
Klein goes 6 feet 5 inches, 230 pounds, and he was a 5th-round pick in 2020. Just missed. Check swing, and he went. And now 3-1. That clips the corner. Swing and a ground ball into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Up next for the Mets, catcher Francisco.
And now the catcher comes up to him, Francisco Alvarez. Check swing called strike. That's strike 1.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully the pitcher can get a ball on the ground and they can roll him up for 2.
Ball.
The Dodgers up big in this one. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Not even close there. And a count 2-1. Fastball for a strike. And they'll do it again. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Here's the 2-2. And that's outside.
That's the ball.
Still just the 2nd batter of the inning, and on the mound he's already thrown 13 pitches. They've got him working hard out there.
Payoff pitch. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. 1 out, man at first. And here is Luis Robert Jr. Swings through that.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
That was the sweeper, but it missed. Popped up. Betts should have this one. And there are two down.
Up next for the Mets, right fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Will Klein will depart, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching for the Dodgers.
New pitcher for the Dodgers, Edgardo Henriquez.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
So digging in, Tyrone Taylor.
Here we go, Tyrone.
Swing at a ball lifted to center field. That is the inning. Excellent work out of the Dodgers bullpen there. Ninth inning coming up. It's the Dodgers 8 and the Mets 1. Back here at Citi Field, we go to the ninth. Teoscar Hernandez steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
That one's in there, and that's strike one. In the air, left field. Reaching for it and brings it in.
Gotta love the over-the-shoulder catch. I tell you what, those are really fun to make.
And up next for Los Angeles, Andy Pages.
Good swing out of him last time. Ripped a liner into center.
The Dodgers up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. Jackknifes out of the way. The 1-1.
That's ball two.
On the ground to the left, and that's just foul. The next pitch misses. Ball three. Oh, great stop. Fires to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Up next for the Dodgers, second baseman Hae-Sung Kim.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here is Hae-Sung Kim. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Fastball,
that's up there.
almost got him there. Two down, nobody on.
Ball, that's out.
Right through here for a strike. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Here's a 2-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and that'll do it. Nothing doing for the Dodgers here, and it remains an 8-1 game. Back here in Queens, bottom of the ninth, Francisco Lindor up now for the Mets.
Ball, that's down.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the Mets.
Juan Soto now. 3 strikeouts already. He's 0 for 3. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. Throw back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Up next for the Mets. Third
Bo
baseman.
Bichette up to the dish.
Bichette.
Siggy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots.
Well, I think it's the ability to assess the situation, understanding what the pitcher has, what he's trying to get people out on, and then being able to use the entire field.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still slings it to second.
Got him.
There's
Left
one.
out.
On to first.
Safe. He's in.
So they get one, but a really nice try there.
Well, that was going to be a really tough one to turn 2 on, so a nice job to get the out at second right there. Hold on to the baseball. Shortstop clearly paid the price, but that kind of comes with the territory.
So up next, Jorge Polanco. And first offering is fouled off. 2 on, 1 out. Oh, and this one gets away. Bichette up to second. Runner at third holds, so both runners are now in scoring position.
Well, that could end up being pretty costly right there. They had the double play set up as a way to get out of the inning, but instead it becomes a big strikeout situation with 2 in scoring position.
And he takes a strike. That one
That's ball
just
2.
misses. Battling here as he fouls it away.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Comes a 2-2. Gets a piece and stays alive. That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. And caught on the warning track. Runner tags from third. It's a sac fly as he comes across to score. It's a 2. So it's their last chance in this one. Here's the second baseman, Marcus Semien.
Marcus Semien.
Hey.
The 0-1. And it's fouled away. 2 outs and a runner at third here in the last half of inning number 9. Good job to fight that one off. The Mets down to their final strike.
That's a
and
ball.
There's a ball. Fights it off. You'll see another. That
Ball
one
two.
missing low. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Two now. That one almost got him. And a payoff pitch. Got him. Ball game.
Well, this team was ready from the first pitch of the ball game, swinging the bats, scoring runs, just very aggressive. I feel like they set the tone, and that tone created a momentum that took them all the way to the finish line. Nice win today.
8-2 the final here. Dave Roberts and company celebrate in the dugout. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.